Hi to everyone. Today we'll talk about how to tie down your scene before you rough it. And a very important thing to remember before you start your scene, always rough it in proportions. Your character is supposed to be all the time in proportion. Simple shape of the head, connection to this, I would say, to the spine line, right? Pelvis, connection to the legs and the feet. That's it. Simple, very simple movement, kind of like that. The bottle drops down, the guy is catch it, and I will show you what's happened next. He can probably even we rough it. I'll show you rough. We can probably make him more just a moment, more like that. And you have to remember again, you have to stretch him a bit. Very, very simple, but like I said, in proportions. And by the way, very important, legs on the feet actually has to be absolutely in the same position, right? Yeah, like this. This part has to be, like I said, the same length, right? And here has to be the same length too. And this is his head. See his arms connected, and very rough, you see, very rough. Roughly drawings, it's really nice and simple. Also, like I said, think about the bottle has to be here, right? Like this, that's everything is rough. Don't care about some stuff which will be done later. And maybe like this. Maybe like this. Okay, like this. His head. Again, his head, his spine line, and everything like that. And final drawing, you hold the bottle, right? Hold the bottle. Very simple. Now, what we will do? We will tighten it down. What's it tighten down means? Means we will add some stuff which he doesn't have, details, something what he feels here. Look at this, right? Okay. That's right here. We will create our tied down drawings. Tied down drawings, very important. Okay, and we now on the level we will tie down this stuff, right? Okay, let's see what we have. Nose, maybe more expression. More kind of feels like he is kind of scary, and add some dynamics here too for his hair. Kind of like this, could be like this, right? See? Now, how about his body, right? Here, and you see here some dynamics for his chest. It's more pushing this way, and more overlap for that part. You see, it's very easy because we already have a right proportion, and it's nothing, just add more meat, right? Put on the top some meat, and that's it. This hand has to be a little bit bigger because it's closer to us, you know, this kind of that arc, right? This arc. Here, pushing more. See, pushing more. It feels a bit stretched, this part, his body stretched, you know. Everything like this, and this too. Maybe, you know what, maybe we just need to do this right here. That will be better. Okay, another one. This is this hand a bit smaller because this is in perspective. It's a further from us, right? And very important, eyes supposed to contact with this bottle. And his boots, actually not boots even, I think it's sneakers, right? Sneakers, right? And here too, you know, details, some squish position. See, that's how it's simple. Now we all doing this on a separate level, and now what? After that, this again, you know, he catch it, and very important, his eyes supposed to be, you know, looking this way. That's important thing too. Just kind of like that. Still feels scary. His ear, it's lower than normal right here, and his hair kind of like this, and you add this here too. It's very simple, right? But feel the shape, not lines again. What's going on here? You know, you have to put some, add some fingers, and I have to add some sleeves here. Sleeves. And the body is somewhere here, right? That's the waist, the body. pushing more front, right? See, it's very, very simple. If we turn off the previous and see how it's way cleaner, right? But we need to take care about everything to make sure and check, double check you not break your animation. Okay, because he already done good animation, it's good rough, and you have to remember that, don't break that. That's kind of like this, right? Or maybe even, you know what, it's actually disturb. Maybe not like this, but like this, you know, it will be better. Again, his body, his arms, and the bottle. I don't know what's inside the bottle, but anyway, some kind like that, right? Here, and his second arm. Just a bit smaller, but make sure that everything is connected. Stretch this completely, you know, stretch it. Push this up front his knee, and actually his pullover or whatever. It's not pullover, I don't know. Short. His short, right? That's his short. Stretch it more, his feet. You're always supposed to think what's going on with details, how you will add some squashes and stretches inside the details. You know, see that? And again, think about arcs, very important. Double check your arcs too, you know. And again, look straight to the bottle. When he grabbed it, straight to the bottle. Okay. Next, we got this one, and this is next one. It's interesting thing. He actually completely, you know, gaze on that, gaze on this bottle. Really, see, I add a bit bigger eyes for funny looking, like this, and everything has to be just a bit down. And the finger, you see, his thumb is going behind the bottle. This spine is really important. You see the spine line, you have to follow that curve. See, very important. Feel everything is pushing down. See? Again, you have to add some meat. When you add some meat, some mass, or some shapes, you have to feel and remember main thing. It's not just, you know, add mechanically. You have to improve it. You have to improve it. See, there's more. Feel like it's still pushing this way. Still pushing this way. pushing this way, and maybe his air. And I think will be better if, I assume, if his hair going down to right this, right? Kind of like that. And this one too. See, kind of like this. It feels like a kind of wings, right? Similar to wings. And you have to feel it. It's kind of wings too, you see? Have to feel it. Stupid looking, very important, very stupid. Stupid characters always appeal, always feel funny. For animation, it's nice to see some kind of stupid character. People like to see stupid, somebody who's stupider and dumber than themselves, right? And another smaller in the perspective, you see, have to feel what's going on with another arm and hand. Stretch it more, see, just a very little, but very important. Stretch it more. If you see when we turn it off our roughs, we'll see what we have now. See our tie down stuff. It's very clean now. Even I would say for rough, it's too clean. Could be even maybe a rougher. By the way, Glenn Keane, he prefer draw very, very, very rough. So yeah, continue that. Feels, like I said, it's more stretch. When it's stretch, you see that sleeve of his pants, right? This part. When it's stretched, it has to stretch this way, right? This way. See that's that way. That's a good stretch. And pushing front his sneakers up front. That's very important. Feel stretch and squash and feel everything like that. Check everything, check proportions, check, personality and his weight, feelings, everything. See, we have right now very funny animation because actually we follow our roughs. Now the next one, yeah. See, next one, you have to remember, you have to feel kind of squash here, right? And all movement from here, right? All his knees and his pelvis, very important, pelvis moves here. It goes back. How about bottle? Yeah, the bottle has to be here. Just a lean a bit this way, you see. Level change to usually when bottle is vertical, right? Level, liquid level inside of the bottle. It's parallel, right? When it's a little bit link this way, level goes this way too. See, it still try to be parallel like this, but when it moves this way, you remember, it has to be not just a parallel, but even like this, because it's inertia of the liquid inside the bottle. Okay, here make sure you have fingers, everything the same like I have already. Now what? Now you have to put his nose down, but it's funny looking guy. He's kind of like feeling save this bottle. Save this bottle, and I recommend for his hair kind of drag more, right? Because it's like a wind, I say it's like a wing, right? See, drag more. Delay, drag, or overlap, whatever. Follow through. And here, his sleeves of his actually supposed to be kind of parallel, but this is smaller, remember, because it's connected everything. And now you see this kind of squashed between his belly and his leg. You always, when you tie down, you always analyze what's going on with the character, with his meat, with his mass. See, you have to feel it. Even maybe add more right here, you know. Double check. Yep, see, it works. His arms. Just his sneakers stretch a bit. Actually, not stretch, I'm sorry. Actually stretch, yeah, vertically stretch. Vertically stretch, that's what I mean. But here, this part is going back a bit, just back. His shirt, you know, has to be delayed too, or drag more too, because it's like here. Always try to feel how it's everything behind this, like his arm, but feel, if you draw this, it's not just lines again, this has to connect it. Even like my teacher told me, good draftsmen always draw the things which you cannot see. Feel it. Yep, kind of like this. And next one, this one, right? See that it's getting taller, higher, stretch himself, and it's a good thing because you're going on this arc. You see, he's going, actually, not you. Yeah, on this arc and that's why this is shorter in squashing. But after that, it's going up and still looking on the bottom, right? Still looking on the bottom. If you not precisely draw something, don't be worried, just erase it. And think about his emotion. Very, very important. His emotion is number one. Number one. His hair, right? Still drag this more. And his arms. He stretched himself vertically, see? Vertically. Very important. Fill, again, kind of like a water ball inside of that character. In this case, he will be really fluid and nice feelings for that character. Not just you know, make everything similar, same, without any squash and stretch, but always try to feel squash and stretch like this here. See, if it's squashed, it's getting thicker and shorter. It's now thinner and thinner, right? And taller. You see, thinner and taller. And his shirt that's what we have already. See? Pum. Pum. Yeah, if you see here, like I said, you have to think about proportion, right? Always. And I see here it needs to be adjusted a bit. Adjusted. It has to be here. You know, shorten it. His hand and arm. Just to a different place. It's not right place. It's normal, it's okay, because that's why when you tight down, you have to double check what's going on with your animation. It's right or not right yet. Same here, you know. Try to improve it. Try to feel it. Again, double check. You see, double check. Yeah, looks fine, looks good. Pump. And like I said, the bottle and everything has to be just change the places. Okay, right here. Excuse me, I just bit miss. Yeah, kind of like that. Again, feel the shape. When animation is very important to feel the shape, not lines. Animation not about lines. Animation about what's happened with the shape. Feel this is, like I said, all through. like you draw like a glass character. So glassy here. Here you show more his fingers and feel, excuse me, just a bit more precise. Here, more like that. Distance between his arms. And next one, this one, right? You just have to feel what he's really like that, right? He likes that he catch it. Excuse me, more precise. Look at the bottle, right? Smile. His hair, still drag that hair. You can drag his hair. Like I said, like a wings. Feel it like a wings. Try to feel everything. And his body is supposed to be right here. Make sure his foot, this foot, right, stays in the same place. See, it must be very, very, very precise too. Here we have to add some texture. And see, feel his happiness. Right, this. Stretch it here, see, stretch, kind of like this, simple. Texture, more texture on the bottom of his sneakers. This, right? That's the details, but you can add this later. But it's an important thing because all details supposed to be work for the scene. Okay, maybe even, maybe even stretch more this foot, like this. And in this case, you need to adjust his sneakers. kind of like that. Still rough, not really clean, but feel the shape, feel the shape. See? And this is only key and some extremes. Some extremes. He's supposed to hold this bottle really seriously, right? Tight. Okay. Some parts of the top. Double check if it's clean or not. Yeah, that's clean enough. Clear, I mean not clean, clear. And the bottle has to be smaller, right? Just a bit smaller, not so big. Yeah, you see how it's actually works well because we already have something in your rough. Most important thing, which is always said, proportion, construction, proportion, and everything like that. And add some fingers here. We can actually add more animation. For slow down, this pose. Again, if you feel it, stretch his position and back to rough, to our rough. Turn this off, your tie down stuff, back to rough, and create it one more. Just maybe right here. Yeah, make sure his foot in the same place. And you know, he's kind of like celebrated that he saved this bottle. Okay, one arm, another arm, and his head. His head, not head. Okay. Shoulders, if you see shoulders a bit higher now. Shoulders connected this way. And how about his foot? That's how it is. He is looking on the bottle too, like I said. Very important. Yeah. You can even, you know, put some feelings on the rough too. It helps you to feel what's going on with this character already. And now back to back to our tie down level. Now we're here and just follow what we have here. His hair on the top of his head, right? Sleeves. You see the shoulders is actually getting higher and overlap some parts. It's right here. You feel, see that the fillings is kind of arch in his head and arch in his spine line. Again, always check how it looks like. Always feel it, always check it. Feels like the bottle is a bit thick here, right? Make it some more thinner. Again, this is the liquid has to delay. And again, stretch this line. Feels like everything is connected, and his shirt is going back, right? Because here's just a bit, maybe even more. Continue to move same direction to here, see? And maybe he has some kind of belt or whatever. Stretch it here too, just a bit. And add something for his arm and hand. Try to feel perspective. This is bigger, this is smaller. Same like with eyes. You know, this is closer to us, it's a bigger. Further from us, it's a smaller perspective, right? Same with this. One is bigger because it's closer to us with sleeves, right? And another one is smaller because it's further from us. That's an important thing. And his fingers. Now it could go, the level could go this direction now, this direction. And have to see when you flip, when I flip, you see, I feel what's going on with his knee pushing and the leg. It's pushing up front, and that's why his sneakers changed his shape too. See, it's very important. try to feel all the time. About arc, it's not just, you know, like that arc, right? But it's like if you see this, it's going up and just a bit down. You see, from kind of wave, right? Wave feelings. From bottom to up. Yeah, and again, we can check it, turn off our rough and see what's going on here. It feels like he's kind of a bit bigger here, right? And what I recommend, again, maybe it's completely stretch his legs. Just not completely, but kind of like that. Stretch more. In this case, you have to fix this, right? You have to fix this. It's normal. It's always happen. That's why you tie down. Tie down, it means you actually can do like this. Fix some gigs, you know, gimmicks. I'm saying gigs, I'm sorry. That's kind of like that, right? Now we see his feelings. And we back to our roughs. We back to our roughs and try to continue that. Right, this it was 37. I always prefer to do like every fifth drawing. 37, 39, 41. 41. Just more like this. More like this. This is subtle, but it's important thing to show how he's happy. How he's happy. See, very rough again. And we change his position to that, right? Yeah, which is really good. And the bottle still going up. And the bottle in his hands and arms going up. See, very lightly, but try to feel what's happened with the character. Try to feel it. Turning his head a bit. Yeah, very important thing too, when you tie down, you have to know your character's proportion, like I said. You see that his head, yeah, something, it's a ball here, and his nose started right when the ball's end. You see the ball is finished here, kind of finished, right? That's a nose and his eyes, right? See, in his ear is lower than it has to be here, usually normal, right? But it's lower than normal. And his mouth shape, see, that's how this character creates. And you always remember that, and you do this, you see, do this way. It's a very simple. And in the middle of that, well, that's where is his hair is growing, right? Okay, like this. Very stylish, something like that, right? That's his head. And that's important thing too. You already know you have to use to draw this character as more as possible, you know, because when you start to animate it, you don't have time to, you know, check his proportion, check what's happened with his nose, you know, with his hands, or, you know, something with his legs, and so on, so on. And that's what it is. You see, you can actually feel it, feel it, feel it. Now what we do, we try to clean it. This one, tie down, not clean it, I'm sorry. It's tie down. Tie down this drawing, right? And again, can start it from his nose, which is good idea, in his eyes. It's most important in any character you animated, because this is his emotion. Emotion is everything for the character, not his move, not how he's move or something like this, but about his emotion. And, you know, add some hair, add some feelings of what he feels. You see his shoulders even higher here. It's an important thing to remember. You have to increase his happiness. Shoulders always shows the happiness of the character. And his attitude, see, his attitude changed. Yeah, this could be straight, just a bit curved, you see, yeah, just a bit. But kind of like this. And go to that. Feel energy. Try to feel energy for the character. His energy is everything. Because if you do just, you know, mechanically, and you don't feel what's going on with the character, what character feels, his mood or state of mood, that will not be good. That will be mechanical animation. That's what it is. Bottle, by the way, bottle, you see you have to, I have to actually, not you, I have to adjust a bit, adjust it. Bottle is too short here. Yeah, right here, it's fine. So that's how it works, you know. It works very, very simple, but very important to do that way. Again, you see, shoulders is connected to each other and draw through. And his left foot. He's pushing this way, that's why he's a bit pushing down his feet. And that's what it is. You can actually even make that a bit more for enjoying. I mean, in timing wise, right? Like this, and here, of course, it will change too. Be like this. That's it. You see? Can play one more time. See what we have here. It's actually 55. You can actually work even more with that roughs, right? Or we can, do something which will be in between these key poses and extremes, which is good too. Good to know and good to see how it works. Let's see. Okay, first, turn off the roughs and go to that. See, from one we have to 10, right? We have 1 sec. It's probably about 7 or maybe 5 even, 5 frames. Why is 5 frames? Because you need something kind of like a hold this pose first. Maybe 3 frames, which is not bad. And from 2 to 8, or to 10, I'm sorry, this is 8 frames, which is good. But question, what we can add to that? We can add. I'll show you how to do that. And first I need to turn on that levels to see what's going on. I flip it. And you see here and here, kind of like this, right? Yeah, it's very light, which is good because it's light is always good. So the idea to start from here to here, it could be more like that, more like this, but hands is still like this, goes back, which will be arcs like this, and it's not too bad, because it will be much more stronger, kind of like this. See, it might be for his head. His head is too just a bit back, anticipated. Here this will be anticipation. His eyes is getting bigger too. We'll see what's going on with his emotion. And don't move him so much too. Don't move. Just like this, right? Anticipate. And go to that, right? See? It will be much more stronger. Here too, this hand could be like this. That's extremes. That's extremes. Extremes, very important extremes. You already have everything very clean and very, I would say, tied down way. Maybe like this. Just a bit more goes back. Kind of like this. See? And feel it. Feel the character. Feel character which is already tied it down for you. And go to that. See? Oh, see? It's way stronger. Way stronger, right? And after that, when sketched here, we can do this too. One more thing. From here to here. Again, we'll see two drawings. Just a beat. It's kind of, it's called very light, but it's help you to feel what's going on. Everything here. What's really going on. I would recommend to go from here to this and still big. See? Still big. His hand, his fingers is still big. For good grab. See? Same here. I would recommend goes more like that. Open fingers all the time. Fingers like a spread. Not open, spread. Spread more. Okay, just a moment. And if you see, it's grab really seriously now. And you can actually continue to make that extremes. Some parts, I would say, it feels like it's some parts not even extreme, but breakdowns. But what I think, if you draw all of them, yeah, if you draw all character from the top to the bottom, it's always extreme. If it's only partials, you have to remember, if it's only partials, that will be breakdown. See, and just a moment. Try to feel what's going on with his hand and what's happened with his arm. It's an arc, right? Has to be an arc. And his head has to be already here. Not just, in the middle part. No, don't do that. Has to be here already. In this case, we'll see how he actually grabbed his bottle, and you feel it, what's going on with his hair, right? His hair. See that? And kind of like this there. That's important thing. Yeah, with very actually active movement for the character, you have to create almost, I'll say not every frame, but lots of frames. Lots of frames. Yeah, that's the reason why animators prefer to do some like a slow scenes, yeah, where you just have to draw just a few drawings and that's already done. Just the keys and extreme. But when it's kind of like this scene, no, it's not quite right. With this scene, you have to do lots of drawings to make sure it works. See, it works. And here basically almost like a in between. His eyes, very, very important. Say vitally important. Okay. And we forgot about bottle. Bottle has to be done on a separate level, because if you do this bottle on the same level, it couldn't be, you know, so flow. Up, see how it works well? One more time. See? We just add some extremes, important extremes, which is so important to do. Without them you will not feel right weight or right timing. You talk about spacing here. This is spacing. Where is your drawings has to be, you know, add some anticipation here and make sure this is spacing. Where his character has to be, right? For his hands, his head, you know, body, everything, even this one, right? This is drag. It's drag more. Same with his hair, right? Something like this. And if you do this from here to here, you have to understand how it works too. What is this? You have to first do this arc, right? It's supposed to be here. His head. And it's important thing too, it's not just like this arc. At this arc, which is means his arms supposed to be right here. See? Just like this arc and up. Not just a regular arc. Kind of strange, right? But try to hold the bottle vertically. Vertically. And his shoulders. And see an arc too. This has to be an arc. Maybe drag more the sleeves, which is always good. And his knee still here, see? Body actually moves first, but his knee still almost there, almost on the previous one. That's important thing. feel the weight. If you don't do this, he will lose his weight. And same with his left arm, hand, and his head. Right here. Oh, excuse me, not quite clean. Right here, flip it, try to feel where is his eyes. Has to be looking at the bottle, gaze at the bottle. See, and this like that. Again, his hair has to be really drag. Covered a bit, covered his face. Like that. And his another hand. He's short. That's what it is. I remember, and I've seen drawings by Milkal. It's lots of drawings he actually did by himself. Even I would say some in-betweens, kind of in-betweens. Because he wants to make sure he wants to see exactly what he wants. That's very important. And here, right, just like that. Okay, now we can play. Actually, we have done. That's kind of like that. That's our animation here, right? That's it. You see, it's not in betweens yet. It's only keys and extremes, but in betweens we will do later. Maybe we'll talk about this later. That's it. I think it's enough for today. And thank you who's watching, and bye bye. And bye bye, bye bye.